You said something about we are all artists.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't necessarily have to do with herbalism per se, but maybe it does. But
I think it does.
Just curious what you have to say about that.
And I think it's embedded within your question what I think is a bit of a challenge in our society. And I will say this is something I got from dating an artist like well over 20 years ago now who had that as a bumper sticker. Or no, it was everyone is an artist was the actual bumper sticker on her car. And, you know, I, like a lot of people, have grown up with this idea of like, oh, you can't draw, oh, you can't sing, so you need to do something else, you know. Don't quit your day job. That's not for you. Right. And this is something else just like ritual that is just so hardwired and so primal in our lineage that everyone is an artist. And to cut ourselves off from making music just because we can't be professional at it, or to not draw, which I can remember my plant taxonomy class at Warren Wilson where we had to draw, like that was our lab, was that we'd have just a ton of plants to draw, and I just never thought of myself as a drawer. And certainly, you know, we had like professional class people in there and you would see their lab journals and it'd be like, oh man, you could publish this as a book. And you see my thing and it looks like some scrawl from some child, you know. But at the same time, that level of intense focus and awareness really brought to light these aspects of the plants that I never would have noticed if I was just like kind of looking at them in passing in some book or some picture online. But beyond just like the kind of practical elements of, say, learning botany, there's just something soul-wise, right, that gets fed from the creative force. And so obviously, like a lot of people think of art in some way, maybe even just fine art, you know, painting or something like that, or a sculpture or something like that. And then even things like, say, basketry or pottery or whatever, that's craft, you know. And then there's like whatever else everybody else does, you know. And there's just something, even if it's not necessarily some beautiful thing to put in a museum, to just eat out of a bowl that you made, or a spoon that you carved, or a basket that you formed, that it just feeds you in this way that almost nothing else can. And certainly for me, I think of myself as a culinary artist. And with my chefing, it's all about, as much about beauty, and beauty being its own form of food and medicine, nourishment, just as much as
you
the
eat
actual.
with your eyes first.
Exactly, eat with your eyes first. So like, that's kind of my form of expression, but herbalism similar. The people that are vending here at the Great Lakes Herb Faire that have these incredible formulas that they've come up with for oxymels and shrubs and switchels and tinctures and teas, and then the labeling that goes into that and everything is just such a invitation to art. And I think there's like anything could be really an invitation to art if you bring that lens to it.